As I sit in my room, when I look outside my window, I always see a particular tree. But recently, what I have been seeing has changed, and I want to show you what I see. Now when I look outside at this tree, I see them. Look closely. Do you see them? Look. When I see this tree, I can now see God's signs ever so clearly. I see God's revelations come to life and play out in front of my very eyes. When I see this tree, I see how the roots and branches of the tree signify the basis of so many concepts about us people. Like the roots of strong principles and character that God commands us to develop, using the nourishment of our Lord. Just like the tree develops its own roots, using the Lord's nourishment. I see how God enabled man to create languages based on some basic roots and truncations, like a tree, branching out into multiple languages, and within each language, different words and meanings. I can see now why God encourages us to develop strong roots in order for the basic values of our lives to hold firm, just like the trunk of the tree holds firm. And then how the results of our deeds branch out into multiple benefits for society, like the tree's multiple branches. I see how the tree is able to strengthen its roots when it has to stand firm against the wind, as a sign for how we, humans, also become stronger the more we face the winds of time and testing circumstances. I see how the tree stands its ground despite all the man-made constructions that surround it. Just like we are told to stand our ground with our roots firmly planted in decent principles, when we are surrounded by a world that has people living simply to fulfill their own selfish desires. And God tells us that those grounded principles will always be recognized and valued. Just like tree-lined roads are considered so valuable and beautiful by man, I can see how the tree nourishes us people with its beautiful and tasty fruit, just like we are told we must nourish others with food, love, knowledge, and wisdom. I see how the tree also has other ways to support us people. For example, by acting as a shade for us when it is unbearably sunny, just like we must provide shelter to others when the burdens of life seem unbearable to them. I notice how the tree sheds its leaves at the same time every year and then grows them back, whereas some of its brothers and sister trees don't shed them at all. Such diversity are designed by God, so interesting and beautiful, calling out to be understood. Just like God tells us that diversity amongst people is designed by Him, and so we should consider diversity to be beautiful and valuable, and we should understand the differences. I see how without its leaves, you can see that a tree is shaped like our lungs, and how during the day it breathes in carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen, while our lungs do the opposite. Such an incredible sign of natural harmony. I notice how the crisp sound of leaves and branches acts as a soothing backdrop to our intense, fast-paced and stressful lives. Perhaps this is the tree's way of reminding us to slow down and take time to breathe, absorb God's nourishment, to grow and to nourish others. As if this tree is saying to me, I'm doing my job, I'm bowing to my Creator, doing exactly as He obliged me to. This is my sujood, my ibadah, doing as I was meant to do. Are you? What an incredible sign of mercy from our Creator that we all have a front row seat to see this tree. No need to buy a ticket, no need to get into a queue, to see the signs from God come to life and play out in front of our very eyes. So, now look closely again. Do you see them now? And now broaden your focus area a little bit more and look around you and within you. Because if you look closely enough and hear properly, you will see God's signs come to life in everything. And once you are able to see and hear as you are meant to see and hear, then just by sitting in the comfort of your own room, you will start to truly connect with God and start to see God's plan.